Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Chat South Africa with Pammy T. So, following all the drama that took place about a week ago between Floyd Shivambu and Duduzile Zuma with regards to that Twitter war, remember? The one where Dudu was responding to and referring to Floyd in a very insultive manner. So Duduzile Zuma was requested by Mr. Jacob Zuma, who is her father, as well as the party president, to formally apologize to Mr. Floyd Shivambu, who is the MK Secretary General. So after a few hours of thinking about it, should I, shouldn't I, Duduzile Zuma eventually did send through the formal apology, but apparently she's still going through an internal disciplinary hearing. Let's hear a bit more about this from Unombuso Mkhize, who is Floyd Shivambu's deputy, the deputy SG of the MKP.
So in the instance of Duduzile Zuma Sambutla, I would like to clearly indicate that disciplinary processes, internal disciplinary processes are in progress. She is the member of Umkhonto weSizwe, like all of us. She joined Umkhonto weSizwe. She signed the declaration. So within Umkhonto weSizwe, Duduzile Zuma is a member of Umkhonto weSizwe. I want to reiterate what I had said, that the Constitution is clear that any member, and that includes everyone who is the member of Umkhonto weSizwe, should you behave out of the stipulations of the Constitution, then disciplinary processes, you must be subjected to disciplinary processes. In respect of the matter having to be discussed at the national officials meeting, we embrace the opportunity of being in the presence of the president, and we take that opportunity as an exclusive opportunity, because that is where we gather wisdom from the president of Umkhonto weSizwe. It was not because it is an exclusive and a special matter. All the matters that the SG has communicated today were indeed discussed in that meeting, to get the concurrence, to get the ratification, and also to get the words of wisdom and guidance from the president.
The issue of Duduzile Zuma Sambutla is also a member of MK Party. Those slurs that she, hurled at you, she's since apologized, but we do understand that there's a disciplinary process that is now underway. And of course, as MK Party, your DSG had reiterated that because she is, President Jacob Zuma, former President Jacob Zuma's daughter, she won't be favored, for lack of better words, but I mean, she needs to go and she needs to actually toe the line in terms of the MK Party constitution.
I think you could have noticed that I did not respond to all issues that relate to our member of MK, Duduzile Zuma, because it involves me. I don't want to contaminate the process. The DSG is the correct person to answer all those questions.
But also, fairly, you also spoke and you said you hold no grudges against any.
So like that is as far as I can go. I think that I have stated that myself as a person, it doesn't matter who insults me, who says what about me. I don't really get to be offended by anything, because I know that leadership responsibilities come with such. There are so many people who say all sorts of things about us every day, everywhere. And this is what I said earlier, that we learned from President Jacob Zuma, that there are so many things that are said about him, but he remains focused, he retains the composure, he knows what he's doing in terms of the work of the organization, in terms of guiding everyone, in terms of calling for the unification of all the progressive forces. So that is what defines all of us now, that if we're going to be easily offended, we're not going to be able to run an organization which otherwise is having and will have some teething problems. You know, for a new organization where you are now combining cultures and different traditions from different organizations, but also where you have to subdue individual interest and aspirations to organizational and collective interest, you'll always have instances where people are agitated and they want to say one thing or another in a different way. But as leadership, we have to retain the composure, the proper temperament to manage all these tumultuous moments. It's an issue that will pass. We know how organizations are founded, and we will be able to handle this wave in Mkhonto season with utmost excellence, in a manner that is with military precision, that will then demonstrate that this indeed is a formidable organization that is going to unite and liberate our people in totality.
So the MK Party's Secretary General also took some time out to explain why he would limit access to MK Party's president, Mr. Jacob Zuma. Let's take a listen.
If there's an issue that you want to raise before you reach the president, please raise that issue in the internal structures. Raise it in the caucus. If the caucus does not give you a hearing, raise it with the officials in the province where you come from. If it's not handled properly, then approach the other officials at national level. Instead of you taking a bus from Limpopo and you go to Duduzile to want to meet the president about an issue which, if you had raised with the leadership of the province, it could have been resolved. And that is the character of all self-respecting organizations, that let's have Mkhonto Sizwe as an organization that exists and is able to deal with all its issues everywhere it finds itself. So the culture or subculture, sometimes it's done with good intentions, but sometimes it's also done with bad intentions, where people say, no, we're just visiting the president, we just want to say thank you to the president, we're just going to introduce ourselves. And when they are there, they are talking about internal dynamics and politics of Mkhonto Sizwe. And the leadership that they are talking about or complaining about or raising concerns about is not immediately there. And the president does not close his doors. All of us know, all of you know as members of Mkhonto Sizwe, that the president welcomes everyone who comes to him. Like literally everyone. If you go to Nkandla, you go to wherever he will be, he is open to everyone. But we are then saying that as a matter of proper record and proper conduct of the organization, if you want to raise organizational issues or issues that relate to governance, raise it in the relevant structures instead of you going to raise it there. Because one issue which we have to deal with, it's a situation where even when the comrades who go to visit the president have not raised any issue with him, they will ask for a photo with the president. And then when they go back to the ground and they go back to the legislature, they harass people with that photo. That I was with the president here, the president said, Ubaba Ute. That is what we are dealing with much more decisively, to protect the character of the organization, which is able to deal with its own issues.